Nefarious. It's wicked. It's a challenge.
For the warm-up, we've got 10 jumping jacks, 3 single leg hip circles and Frankenstein kick and hamstring curl each side. We do 3 rounds of that. Then we're going to 4 inchworm push up into squat, 4 alternating squat into knee to cross elbow, and we do 2 cycles of the whole warm-up.
Then we get the workout. The workout is simple. It's 15 minutes of clean and jerk, 10 minutes active recovery, 15 minutes full snatch. The scoring equals reps times weight times your multiplier, and the highest score wins. The multiplier is 1.1 for clean and jerk, 0.9 for clean and push press, which is your alternative, 1.1 for full snatch, 0.9 for half snatch, which is your alternative, or clean and push press, which is also an alternative for the snatch. The penalty is deduct 0.2 from the multiplier if the weight was put down at all. So during your 15 minutes, if you put the weight down, you deduct 0.2 from your multiplier. Deduct 0.05 from the multiplier for each switch more than one. So basically we're saying switch one time and nothing is deducted. But if you switch more than once, you deduct 0.05 from your multiplier. So the whole idea here is working on muscular endurance. You're working on one side, so it's 15 minutes of work. We want to see 7.5 minutes of work on that one arm and then that one switch. That's what you want to aim for. Of course, if you need to switch, switch, but take that penalty into account. A great thing about doing all this is you got to get efficient with your technique. What a challenge. Awesome. I feel it everywhere. This requires mental toughness and technique.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of reps, but also my objective was not to put the kettlebell down at all. So I went at a very slow pace to be able to endure the time.
Yes. But I did that too, but then I felt my triceps, and then I went into more faster reps because that is easier on the triceps. And that's when I went into the red zone for about 10 minutes. So throughout the whole session, I went about 10 minutes into the red zone. And for the rest, I stayed in the orange zone. So because really you want to pace, but then once you get to that point where you know you're going to switch, you have to switch. That's when I just went a bit faster because I knew I had to go for reps rather than just avoiding those penalties. I got a few penalties at the end for the last task, the snatch, but for the first task, there was no penalties. What about you?
Yeah, for the first task, I actually worked on my weaker arm, which was my left, and I really wanted to work on building the endurance on that side. And I actually went for 9 minutes on my left, so
wow.
Quite good. That was my objective, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I started with my left on both sets, but I couldn't maintain it that long with the clean and jerk. My racking was failing a bit, so I had to do a lot more on my right, but I definitely aimed to get more on the left out, but it didn't go as planned. Now, my heart rate was an average of 130 BPM. I burned 717 calories in half an hour. I had an average heart rate of 83. Now that's awesome for just a half-hour session. The workout summary. This is where we just run through everything quickly without getting into technique. For the warm-up, what have we got?
10 jumping jacks.
10 of these.
3 single leg hip circles into Frankenstein kick and hamstring curl.
So, single leg hip circle, Frankenstein, and this is our leg curl, our hamstring curl. We do that for 3 times, and then you do it on the other leg, and we do
3 rounds.
3 rounds. And then
4-inch one push up into squat.
four of those, and then
4 alternating squat into knee to cross elbow.
that's 1. You do 4 of those.
We do 2 cycles of the whole warm-up.
2 cycles of the warm-up. If you're not warm, make it 3 cycles or add in some other work. We're also doing our prep work. That also is part of the warm-up.
For the workout, 15 minutes clean and jerk.
You want to go on that one arm as long as possible. Try and get the 7.5 minutes. Then switch to the other side. Of course, you can switch more, but take the penalties into account as explained. Then we have
10 minutes recovery, active recovery.
active recovery. We'll be doing some work on the areas that we've worked. You might do your own active recovery. That's up to you. Then we get
15 minutes full snatch.
So, unbroken, just like the first task, the clean and jerk, unbroken. Don't put the weight down. If you do, take the penalty into account. Also the switch, one switch, just like with the first task, one switch only. But if you switch more, take into account the penalty. So these free workouts that we put out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc., they are meant for people that already know what they're doing. So, for example, if you don't know all the exercises, then come and join us in the memberships. We have several memberships. We got the Caveman in a Circle, that's mostly Facebook. You got coaching included as well. There's 200 workouts, full-blown workouts, follow-along workouts. So all you need to do is turn the video on and follow along. And there's also breakdowns of the exercises and technique. Stretching, cool downs, warm-ups, etc. It's all there. It's for everybody. So we also include alternatives and progressions, which means that anybody can do it. Now that's the Caveman in the Circle, which has been going for many years, and we got many members in that. We got a new membership that's called Click Play. It also includes access to the Kettlebell Exercise Encyclopedia, so you can keep track of your scoring online, you can keep track of your goals, your progressions, and you can search for workouts easily, and you can also access the workouts outside of Facebook, so you don't need Facebook anymore. That's our Click Play membership. There's several options there as well. I will list the links below. And then we also have an option on YouTube. If you become a member, then you'll be able to see all the other videos. So this is just one video, the introduction video. If you are a member to any of those memberships that I just mentioned, then you can access full technique videos where we break down every exercise for the warm-up, for the workout. There will be videos for prep work. So after your warm-up, we do prep work, which prepares you for the workout. It's really great to get used to picking the right weight, picking the right progression, etc. You get access to alternatives and progressions, which means that if we have a complex exercise or a complex workout, you can find out how to adjust that workout to suit you and work your way up. So you got something to work towards. All the workouts that we put out, you can repeat them. You can do one week, that could be for cardio. Then in that same week, you could do one for strength, and you could do one for flexibility. You repeat that again next week, and you might add a new workout, or you might swap it out. That's the great thing with the library. You got over 200 kettlebell workouts to choose from. So check it out on the link below. All the options will be there, and I'm also able to answer any questions that you have. Anna is also able to answer any questions that you might have. And don't think that this is only for hardcore oldies, because we're oldies, we're in our 50s, but I'd say we're still in good shape. So we can show everybody that you can be in your 50s and still be in good shape, and we can outwork some of the young people as well. So this is for young people, it's for older people, it's for anybody. It doesn't matter at what stage you're at, because even if you are 50 now and you're just getting started, we can help you. We got everything in the package, the welcome package that you need. And if you get the option with coaching, I will help you get there step by step. So don't think this is just for fit people. Don't think this is just for older people. Don't think it's just for hardcore people. Don't think it's just for young people. It is for everybody. Everybody that loves awesome kettlebell workouts that work every goal that you can imagine. Flexibility, cardio, strength, endurance, and so on. So check out the link below and see you there. The programming. So we got 15 minutes of work, which means 7.5 minutes on every side for the clean and jerk and the full snatch, because that's our objective, muscular endurance. Of course, you're also increasing your cardiovascular endurance, but we're working on muscular endurance by sticking to one side as long as possible. And you need to get your technique right. So we have a penalty if you switch more than once. So 15 minutes, switch at the 7.5 mark or earlier, but just whatever you do, stick to one switch. Of course, if you need to, switch more, but apply the penalty. The penalty is deduct 0.05 from the multiplier for each switch more than one. So if I switch once, that's fine. If I switch the second time, I need to apply that penalty. If I switch for the third time, I need to apply that penalty twice, and so on. Okay, then the multiplier is also different depending on what you use for the exercise. So if you do the clean and jerk as intended, your multiplier is 1.1. If you do a clean and push press, which is the alternative, then the multiplier is 0.9. If you do the full snatch, it's 0.1. If you do the alternative, then it's 0.9 for the half snatch. Okay, now, because we want to last long and your scoring equals reps times weight times multiplier, you need to pick the right weight that you can last with. If I'm going to do a 20, I know I'm not going to last on that one arm. I might not even last with the 16, but I'm going to go for it. That is my aim. So today I'll be going with a 16. Make sure that you pick a weight that you think you can do the full 7.5 minutes with. Now, of course, if you can't do that, then the next thing that you want to do is adjust the timing. So instead of 15 minutes, make it 12 minutes, 6 minutes on each arm. Make it 10 minutes, 5 minutes on each arm. Make it 8 minutes, 4 minutes on each arm. And then as you repeat the workout, next time you add 2 minutes or a minute. Whatever you do, gradually increase the time and work on completing that full set on the one arm. That's the objective for both exercises.